A weird field position game early. After we got off to the start, then we were backed up. The D kept getting great stops, but we ended up backed up, and just couldn't get back in a rhythm there for a while. Then we did there for a little bit. We did enough to win. They all count the same. So we knew that these guys were going to come in and play hard and be an NFL football team, and we found a way to win. I think in a different way. Obviously Badgley was huge in the kicking game, and the defense got big stops, and we scored enough to win. So it's a group effort again, as they all are.
The fact that you guys have been able to win as many close games as you have this season, what do you make of that?
I think you have to. This is a close game league. That's what it is. There's games right now. Philly and Dallas are tied. Pittsburgh and Oakland was down to a field goal. San Fran and Denver was a 6-point game. Baltimore and Kansas City went to overtime, and on and on and on and on. It's a one-score, close game league. And when you don't win close games, you're not going to win all of them. But when you lose them often, you go 5-11 and 4-12. When you win a bunch of close games, you find yourself where we are right now, which is in the thick of it, but with a heck of a challenge coming on Thursday, and then the rest of the season. I think it's just making sure you guys recover. I think it's physically is really the challenge. I think mentally, with the team being in the division, and again, there'll be some wrinkles that they'll have and the wrinkles that we'll have, but at least we know personnel-wise, who you're playing, and schematically, for the most part, what their base stuff is. They know what our base stuff is, and so it's not a matter of, gosh, we got to dig into this opponent and figure out who they are. Now, there's a heck of you still got to get all your preparation in a short period of time, but I think that can get done. We're used to handling that. It's more the, Sunday night all the way in Pittsburgh, come back, play another physical close game today, and then get back on a plane and go to Kansas City. So I think it's physically the guys recovering, and the guys that played a ton of snaps, that ran, that hit. They're not going to feel like they normally feel on a Sunday, but they got to get as close to it as they can and be ready to go, because nobody's going to be caring about that at 7:20, I guess it is, Central, or whatever it'll be when they kick the ball off.
So defensively, after the first few drives, did they change anything up on you guys?
No, I don't think so. They played for the most part what we thought. I thought their defensive ends did a heck of a job. They're long. Those guys have been there many years. They batted some balls down that had a chance to be some good completions, and we were backed up. We couldn't get ourselves back into our normal flow rhythm-wise because we were backed up, and we got to do a better job of getting out of there. But I think that was more it than it was something they changed.
So psychologically, you didn't figure making 59 yards in. What's it do to an offense when you know you're in that area and you have to figure that thing?
Yeah, well, it's awesome. It's a great deal of confidence that you have in him, and I think too, it's it's just like it's one game at a time, it's one kick at a time, and everything's new. So. But I thought that was really, we started to just run the ball there, and then we said, we got a timeout. Let's just see if something pops. Travis catches a shallow, gets out of bounds, and then Keenan makes the catch on the boundary, and then you got a chance for a jump ball in the end zone, and then we get them, they jumped off sides, and then you have a chance. So that's a big 3 points that really, the odds of scoring at all, not that percentages matter, but you've seen some crazy plays today, Miami and some things, but the odds of getting anything there is slim to none. So finding a way to get 3 is big going into the half.
Was there any talk during that timeout of if we can get it to the 40, we'll bring back the run to
What you're talking at the end of the half? Yeah, I think we'd love to do that. I just didn't know if we had enough time to get into range. I think before that it would have been, what, a 64-yarder? I don't know. I don't know that. Shoot, he probably can make it, but we'd like to be a little closer. And again, the 5 yards gave us a chance to go for the field goal.
Phil, you've had a lot of kickers over your career. How do you categorize his demeanor, his character?
I think he's a football player. At least from what I gather, he played a little quarterback, a little safety in high school. So he hasn't been a kicker his whole life. So he has a little more. Not that being a kicker your whole life is negative by any means, but he I've seen him throw the football. He can throw the heck out of the ball, and he's a little more of a. Just the way he carries himself, I guess, is a little more of a guy that's played some other positions in his life.
So obviously the Rams are playing great. People are kind of excited about LeBron. And I know you guys have talked about this kind of feeling maybe you guys have been overlooked a bit. As these wins have started piling up, are you getting the
Well, yeah, I don't know that day to day. I thought, Arizona game and again today the atmosphere was better in the stadium. And again, we're always thankful for all our fans that are here each and every week. I think it was had a little noise to it there in that when they were driving late in the game down in that end zone. It's gradual. We understand that, but I think what we've done thus far is enough to get excited about. But we got to keep going. If there's ever a week of the Nuke Cheppy phrase applying, it's this week, because we got to begin again in a hurry. And I already heard some of the guys going back to the facility right now, getting a cold tub, start that, boom, start watching tape. I mean, we got to get going. We got to shift gears in a hurry. It's good to win. We haven't won 10 games since 2009. That's a long time. So it's hard to do that in this league. So I think while it's something we should be excited about, every win's a big deal. Be excited for about when you wake up in the morning. I guess we can wait till tomorrow morning, but then we gotta move on in a hurry.
This one kind of a relief because the emotional win at Pittsburgh last week, prime time, you got a prime time game on Thursday. A team that possibly could have been overlooked coming in, but you were able to.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think if there was ever the term trap game to be applied, it was probably this week, in the sense of no disrespect to Cincy because of the scenario you just laid out. And I think having the hiccup against Denver, and again, not that Denver's certainly not a team to overlook, but having that finish the way it finished, and us not finishing that game, it's every week it can happen. You just watched, I just saw the finish of Pittsburgh and Oakland. Oakland found a way to win that one. They were a 2-win team. San Francisco, a 2-win team, found a way to beat Denver. So, I mean, and those were teams playing with everything on the line, so it's like I said, it's a close game league, and you respect every opponent. We're not more deserving than anyone else, and you got to play. That's why they kick it off. If they could just do the old, the next gen stats, and give you the percentage and say, all right, we won that one. We'll see. We never play. So you got to kick it off and see what happens, and anything can happen any week. I don't know that Denver was brought up. I think it was just brought up just what you said, big game Monday. I mean, I was still getting, hey, great game on Friday. I think that's more of what it was. Hey, that game's gone. It was fun, and a lot of people saw it, but it's gone. We got to make sure we move on. So I think it was more that, not so much Denver being brought up. I just know that one's been eating at me still. I've mentioned that to someone about once a week since that game, that we let that one slip away. So it was good to take care of business against Arizona and Cincinnati at home in similar scenarios.
Thanks, Philip.
All right, guys.